Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome, friends. Welcome to another broadcast. I hope and pray this video reaches all in the best of conditions. I pray that you and your family are all doing well. When it comes to staying healthy, most of us will agree we do everything we can within our power to eat right, to take our vitamins, to exercise. We take all the steps we need to take so that we can keep our bodies healthy, our minds healthy, and inshallah be able to add healthy years onto our life. Now, when you think about your body and keeping it healthy, and inshallah we're doing the best that we can, what are you doing to keep your masjid healthy and in good shape? Oh, Sister Hanan, I go to the masjid, I pray 5 times a day. Sister Hanan, I go to the masjid, I pick up the piece of paper on the floor, I clean the bathrooms, I do whatever I can, and I reach out to the imam. Alhamdulillah that you are doing that. And may we all do our part in trying to keep our masjids healthy and in good shape. One thing I have noticed though, and this is within recent years, is that there is a power struggle going on with many masjids. And we have to ask ourselves, why is this? And should this even be happening? Why is there a power struggle going on if the one in charge is Allah? And the people who are in place in certain positions in the masjid are placed there by the will of Allah. So Allah, being the complete owner and the one who is in charge of all things, you would think, why then is there a power struggle? And the only reasoning I can come up with is that when it comes to humans, everyone wants to be the top dog. Everyone wants to be the head honcho at something. That's why in our masjids, men are taking the lead. But the problem is, and alhamdulillah that they're taking the lead, but the problem is in taking the lead, they will not accept any suggestions that come to their attention. We all bring something different to the table. And when you have a committee, and the committee is 5, 10, 15, whatever amount of people it is, everyone is bringing something to the table. And it's important to listen. Even if you are in charge and you think that your course is the best course to take, you still should listen. Because everyone in that committee brings something beneficial. And we have to look at it like these people, they are offering suggestions to make the masjid a place where everyone feels welcome, where everyone feels happy, where everyone is comfortable. These brothers make heavy decisions. You know, it's not just about cleaning the masjid. It's not just about the things that you may be thinking. It's heavy issues. Because unfortunately, in a lot of communities, there's division. So these brothers have to work collectively together to try to unite the people. Because you've got people from all backgrounds, all races, all colors. People from different cultures. They're coming together in this one building that should know how to conduct themselves, who should know how to look at one another, who should know how to behave. But sadly, a lot of them, they don't. So these brothers have a heavy responsibility on their shoulders to make sure that things run smooth and peacefully in the masjid. You would think that that is something that would just happen automatically, but in this day and age, we don't see that. Because you got too many hard-headed people that think they are better than others, that they are superior to others. And this wasn't always the case. But the times that we are living in now, it just goes to show that the days that we are living in, we are getting closer and closer and closer. Closer to the judgment day. Because things are so bad right now that people can't even get along. People can't come to some sort of agreement. Again, what are we doing to keep our masjids healthy and in good shape? We all play a part in that. It's not just the imam's responsibility. It's not just the committee's responsibility. It's all of us as individuals. All of us. If you coming into the masjid and you can't say Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to someone, you got issues. Or if somebody says it to you and you can't say it back, you got issues. Or if you can't pray feet side by side together, shoulder to shoulder, you got issues with yourself. It's not issues with the faith. It's issues with you personally. You got to check this right here, the heart. You got to check your heart. Our masjid should be a place that all people, when they look at it, they think, wow, this is the place I want to run to. Even if I'm not a Muslim. I want to run there because these people, they got it. They got it. They know how to treat one another. They know how to treat people. This place is like an oasis. This place is where I feel closest to God. Because our masjids are the heart of our faith. They are the heart of our faith. But if we are not behaving accordingly, and we are not practicing our faith accordingly, we make the masjid feel like a cold place. And never should the masjid be like that. Because the religion is perfect. The religion is perfect. It's the people that are not perfect. And they bring their attitudes, and they bring their politics, and they bring their problems and everything into the masjid. No. That stays outside. The masjid is a place of peace. Again, it's an oasis. It's where you go for refreshment for your soul, your mind, and your heart. But then you have toxic people coming in there, bringing all the contamination and ruining it for everybody else. That's why the masjids don't get filled. Because people don't want to go there and deal with the drama of these types of people. But again, that's where the committee has a big responsibility. Big responsibility of the health and the well-being of that masjid. There shouldn't be a power struggle because neither of us is the boss of the masjid. Not one of us. I don't care if you're the person who bought the property. You bought the materials to make the masjid. You decorated the masjid. I don't care. It's not yours. If I was blessed to be able to construct a masjid, to find a land, it's not mine. It's not mine. It belongs to Allah because Allah is the one that allowed it to be so. So why power struggle? Oh, I'm the boss. It's my way or the highway. What I say goes. Yeah, you can have your say and everything, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I want to do. I'm the big hard show. Doesn't work like that. At least not in Islam it's supposed to. We all come together as a body. Right? We're supposed to come together as a body, work together. Each part of the body works together. So that things go smoothly. You got people yelling at the top of their throats because they feel like they can't be heard. You know, you heard the expression, the men have the Adam's apple, right? Sometimes people are yelling so loud, the Adam's apple turns into apple cider. They're yelling, and you're thinking, why are you yelling? But they feel like their voices aren't being heard. So they're yelling. And they get louder and louder and louder. What is this? What is this? This should not be happening in the masjid. There should be respect. Respect. Whatever happened to that word? Yes, it's 2024. People don't care. I get it. But as Muslims, we are different. And we know the importance of respect. Respect. We need to deal with one another in a kindly way. And if somebody tells you something and it's good, you listen to them. You don't look like, oh, well, you're younger than me. I'm older than you. I know better. Or I make more money than you. Or I have a better job than you. Who are you to tell me what to do? If what they are saying is good and is beneficial, you listen. Listen. That's the problem with us humans today. We're so busy running our mouths. We want everybody to hear everything we say. Just like these people, when they drive through the neighborhood, they got the music blasting loud in the car, and you're thinking, what on earth they got that music blasting so loud for? They want to wake up the dead? No, they're blasting the music because they think what they're listening to is so cool and that the rest of us need to hear it because we're missing out on something cool. Oh, listen to my music. It's so cool. It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, we as Muslims, we know better. We know better. We don't have to do stupid things or behave extreme. We have to be kind and decent and obedient to Allah. Because if we're obedient to Allah, then we don't act like idiots. We don't behave like fools. And we treat one another with respect. And we don't cause discomfort to other people. Because we treat people the way we want to be treated. You don't want to be treated like garbage. You want to be treated with kindness, goodness. Nobody likes to be treated badly. How many of you go to your imam, you don't like things about your imam, right? A lot of people complain, oh, I don't like the way the imam does the kippahs, or I don't like this. Or, well, what are you doing to encourage your imam? Imams need encouragement too. Yes, they are the leaders of the community, but they need encouragement also. They go through the same things we go through. They have family problems. They may have financial problems. Maybe they have personal issues. We don't know. And yet we're busy complaining. The big C. Complaining. Instead of realizing this man is human. This man has feelings also. And yet, we're expecting him to be perfect. He's not perfect. So instead of, complaining, what are we doing to bring solutions, to help out, to be a source of encouragement and a source of good, again, for the health and the good of the masjid, to keep it in good shape so that it is a beacon in the community that people who aren't Muslims, when they look at the masjid, they feel the peace, they feel the joy. When they look at the masjid and they want to run in there themselves. And yet you got Muslims that don't even want to go to the masjid because, again, they don't want to deal with the drama. You look at the masjids, half of the masjids aren't even filled. Because, why? Because there's not a people in the community? No, there's people in the community. It's just they don't want to go. They don't want to go because they don't want to deal with the drama. Like, oh, I can pray at home. Or I'll go to another masjid. Well, let me tell you something. You can go to another masjid. That's fine. But let me tell you something. Every masjid you go to, you're just running from one to the other. It's going to have problems also. Every masjid is going to have problems. As long as nobody is working together to solve them, nobody's looking for solutions, you're just going to go from one masjid. Yeah, it seems fine because it's different people, different place. But every masjid has problems. Stay in your masjid and work it out. Pray to Allah to help you to work it out. And all these masjids being built, why? Why? In my area, you got one masjid that's 20 minutes, another one 20 minutes. What is that? I mean, I think it's wonderful that masjids are coming up. That's wonderful. If there's a big need for it. But in our community, we don't really have a huge Muslim population. We're not like Michigan or New York or Texas. We're not like that. We're a small town in the south. Maybe 500, 600, 700. And now we've got a lot of refugees that have come in, so maybe 1,000. And alhamdulillah, the masjids that we have, again, it's a blessing. But really, why are we erecting so many new masjids when we should be just focusing on the ones that we have already? It's like, if you want to build masjid, build on the ones that are already there. Make them bigger. Make them bigger, because the problem is when you start building more and more masjids, now you're dividing the people. Because this one's going here, this one's going there, this one's going there. It's divided. It's divided. And that's another reason why the masjids also aren't filled. Because you got everyone going somewhere else. What people should be doing is focusing their money on making one big masjid. One huge masjid. Make it the biggest, the best, that it has everything in it for everyone. Why be making so many masjids for? It's just pulling the people apart from one another. Okay, so you have to drive an extra 15 minutes to get to the masjid, or even an extra 30 minutes. So what? It's only once a week, the Kuba. You can't make the sacrifice for 15, 20, 30 minutes to drive? That doesn't make any sense to me. And you have, again, all these masjids, and this one's going here and this one's going there. And where you used to go to a masjid where it had a big presence, it doesn't have it anymore. Because masjids popping up and everybody's going their own way. Instead of investing in the masjid that you've been going to, invest in that masjid. Make it bigger. Make it better. Instead of, breaking off from one another because, I don't like the politics here. I don't like the politics there. But then again, that's where you imams, you have the responsibility. You have to also listen to the people. Because when the people get fed up, this is what they do. They break off and they go somewhere else and they start their own thing. And we don't want that. Again, we want to find every avenue to keep our masjids healthy and in good shape. And that requires listening to the community, listening to people, listening to the committee, listening to the sisters, because sisters have a lot of great ideals also. We need that. We need that, especially now in these days that we're living in. We need strong masjids. We need strong communities. We need people who can work together. Work together to please Allah and to make our masjids the beacon of our communities, that when people see it, they say Alhamdulillah. Even if they're not Muslim, they say Alhamdulillah. Oh, praise to God. I pray that, we as Muslims, we can work at this, because I know this is everywhere. This is a big problem right now, that power struggle. Inshallah, Allah give us soft hearts when dealing with one another. And that our minds are open to listen to other people's ideals and advices. Anything that somebody is doing to try to get the community closer to Alhamdulillah, this is a good thing. And we do our best to love one another, be kind to one another, respectful to one another, and listen to one another. Because at the end of the day, true Muslims have each other's best interest at heart. Right? We have each other's best interest at heart. I pray to be in Jannah with my family. And I pray for you and your family to be in Jannah. We all want the same thing. So instead of trying to break one another down, we should be building one another up. Especially now in these days that we're living in. It's so hard out there. It feels like there's always a brick wall somewhere. Everything's going good and then boom, that brick wall shows up. And Alhamdulillah, Allah finds a way to get us through it. Help us to overcome it. So if Allah can do that for us, we need to do that for one another. We need to make a way for one another, to make things easy for one another. Inshallah, we're able to do that. Until we meet again, beloved brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.